We're right around the corner from the Fallout 76 beta, so it's time to look at some of Uncle Pete's tweets. Hey Vault Dwellers, JV here, and today we're discussing trading and looting in Fallout 76. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more Fallout 76 videos just like this. We're looking at 3 tweets from Pete Hines covering a few specifics that I'd never heard before this point. So we're gonna look at each one and I'll add some of my own speculation in there for good measure. So let's hop in. Benjamin asks, if we decide to take the role of trader, can we set our own prices depending on inventory rarity? Pete says you decide whatever you want to charge for anything you trade or sell. Also allows you to give folks things for free if you want to charge 0 caps. This is essentially what we call a free market. Trade prices are completely unregulated by any in-game mechanics. There's no minimum or maximum selling or buying price for any items according to this. And like Pete says, this allows you to give away items for free. You can give your lower level friend a cool weapon that is too weak for you if you don't need it anymore. You could sell stim packs at a premium price near high level zones where players might wander by and need them. Maybe you can make a quick buck off of an uninformed player who doesn't know how much an item really is worth. This should create a really fascinating dynamic that I can't wait to see play out in the game. This really also legitimizes the possibility of being a roaming trader and making a profit. That's something that I thought maybe might not actually be, plausible or legitimate. I think this makes it real. I guess we should also assume that there aren't any barter perk cards for player-to-player trading, because that would kind of disrupt players setting prices with each other. This also makes me wonder which items will be restricted from trade, because there will definitely be a few. I'm thinking quest items and account-specific items like bobbleheads and magazines. If you're going out into the world and collecting those and that's a permanent boost to your character, you shouldn't be able to trade those things. It's going to be instance for each individual player's game, so I'm expecting some things to not be on the trading block. Salderin asks, if 4 people kill a feral ghoul, then does each person get their own loot individually, or can one person decide that they're going to take all the loot from the ghoul, leaving the other 3 people empty-handed? And Pete says corpses are looted individually, so everyone could get something different. If you kill a number of feral ghouls, each player might get loot from different corpses. One person can't take everything, so that everyone gets nothing. That would suck. This is what I refer to as the Borderlands problem, fighting over loot. And if you've been watching my videos, this is just a reiteration of what we discussed a few videos ago. All members of your group can loot all corpses, regardless of who did damage, how much they did to which enemy. This is to prevent things like Pete mentioned, one person hogging everything. Loot is instance. Whatever you get is specific to your game and your game only. Now, groups weren't mentioned in this question at all, which makes me wonder whether we'll be able to loot corpses of bodies that were killed by players outside of our groups. Say, for example, you decide to team up for an activity with another player, but you don't enter a formal group. You're both just kind of shooting the same enemies and helping each other. It would suck to not be able to loot their kills and that person not be able to loot your kills and vice versa. My guess is yes, we should be able to loot all corpses as long as you can see a body, because that's very Fallout, right? We've never been able to run across a body and just not be able to loot it. I understand this is a different game, but that would kind of be a weird mechanic, so I am sure that we can loot all bodies that we can see. Abby asks, what would be the point of sleeping if you can't wait anymore? Will it act like a save point? Pete says maybe you want the bonuses you can get from sleeping and being rested. Maybe you think your character is adorable and love to watch them sleep. So, in his own roundabout way, Pete is saying that yes, you can still sleep in Fallout 76, and that there are certain bonuses that you gain from doing that like we had in previous games. Sleeping for more than 8 hours, or 8 hours or more in Fallout 4 gave you well rested, which increased your XP gains for a certain amount of time. I'm guessing we'll have a similar mechanic in Fallout 76. Maybe it won't be XP, maybe it will still be an experience gain. But of course, as Abby mentions, you can't pass time by sleeping. This is an online game. When you log off, your character disappears. When you're in the game, time passes in real time. So I'm guessing we'll see some sort of animation for sleeping instead, and then boom, you'll get some kind of well-rested perk. Like I've been mentioning, there's not a ton to go off of lately in terms of videos. We're a little light on news, but we're only 10 days away from October. Most people are expecting a trailer or a beta announcement from Bethesda soon, and I'm one of those people. So I'm crossing my fingers so I have more things to share here with you guys on the channel. Alright guys, that's it for this one. In the comments section, tell me if you are going to try to be a trader in Fallout 76. Share your thoughts below. If you enjoyed the video, remember to subscribe and hit the bell for more Fallout 76 content, like my last video, where we look at the guitar sword that Bethesda showed off. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.